like the growth rings, which are created in winter and summertime, which is in this temperate climate, or in places which are not.
Where is your microphone?
I hope you can hear. So in the tropical wood, you cannot see that where temperature is constant around the year, only when you have the 4 seasons.
So, if you look, you already know this process. If you look, you already got to guess what happens. You got it. If you look into the stem of a tree, without you knowing what the tree is, you can tell what is producing, what is the strength, which environment. It's the same. The field which allows the gans to come through. Cut the root. It tells you what the strength you can get from the root. This is nothing you don't know. You all know exactly what it is. Now try to repeat that in a pipe, which is inserted in another pipe, nano-coated, because each layer in respect to the other is one layer, and then gas-coated. This is one of the most powerful laser beams you'll ever come across. You should be able easily to do it. And don't forget, a lot of you have a big problem. You see everything through copper wire. You can achieve the same nano coating nowadays through plastic. If you find flexible plastics and you can keep it in the coil, the same as you do with the wire, and you can just nano coat it with a white caustic, you can produce a lot of new things. It's one continuous sausage. Depends where you want to cut end of the string. This is how your body works, through parathyroid glands, through your B12. There's one continuous field available. Depends what the intention is your cutting machine. It's going to get very exciting. Where are you? In Philippines or New York? Los Angeles? You don't know. Poor Alan. He came from Los Angeles a few days. He's gone to the Philippines. By the time he was catching up, he's back here again. So he doesn't know where he is. Half asleep, half walking. Now, try to extend the knowledge. If making a full coil is impossibilities, you don't have the strength of it, start making the pipes which I told you this morning. What are the strengths, how you nanocoat, how many layers you nanocoat, if you can insert them inside each other. Would you like orange? You want to strengthen the gravitational field, you want to strengthen magnetical field. Go into the teaching of the Chinese doctor a few weeks ago in the private teaching. Yin and Yang. Which one do you want to increase? All of you who stay on the private teachings, you should be able to rapidly develop these things because you're well trained by it now. Look in the structure. If you look, there is somewhere on the internet, there is a paper written about 20 years ago. The scientists in the nuclear center somewhere in America, they did analysis of the vortex of the heating of the central core of the sun. I have this paper somewhere. And you will see the same process on calculation. How the strength comes from expansion of the vortex of the heat from the center of the sun. So you decide how thick, how thin, and what you're going to flow in that pipe here. And what you like to float in the center. And then the interaction of the two fields will give you what you need. This is your copper plate. This is your zinc plate. You want to leave one in a matter state that it converts the plasma into a matter state gas, and what you get out of here is a matter state of the same thing as it comes in a plasmatic condition. Listen to what I just said 2 seconds ago. You understand the secret of conversion. The process is not to play, but bring the interaction of the matter state electromagnetic field and the plasmatic magnetic field, and then you decide what you want between the two. Don't frame yourself in a box of CO2 and what you have in it. Frame yourself in a condition of universal spherical shape. What you want to put insert in, insert out. You see very easily how you can start now manipulating plasma to a matter state, or you keep it in the plasma state as you want it. I don't want to drink. I don't want to be dread. But I would like to receive the energy. I don't like to eat or consume, what do you call it, these little tablets with the fish oil. Children hated the taste of the fish. But what you can do, you can create a plasma of it and they can walk it. They just receive it without the main. I taste something not nice, but it's already in the body what it needs. And if you understood it, you can give it tangibility of the physicality. You can give them the tablet. This is what I explained this morning. You want to receive the energy of the water that is in your body, confirm their existence, or do you want the water to swim in? You can create swimming pools anywhere in the universe because you just change the magnetic field strength. This is what happens on this planet. The water did not come in as water. The gravitational magnetic field of the Earth creates a gravitational field strength which is equal to H2O within the structure of the near core center, and all it does, it bubbles up, it rises up, it doesn't rain in. Then if you understand this, you understand again, I repeat, why you have a sweetwater fish and you have a saltwater fish. You have a warm water fish and you have a cold water fish. Because the environment that magnetic field was created creates a slightly different water strength. And that different strength of water creates a slightly different condition for creation of the fish. But in fact, the water comes in as part of the structure. Now, anybody in the universe, you would like cod, you can have a cod, you want a tuna, you make a tuna. If you understood how to create the water in that condition, why we're sitting here. We have a beautiful Korean, we have a very handsome black man from Africa's descent, we have a white blue eyes, and we have everything else. How did we evolve? The condition of, instead of being in a swimming pool of water, we are in the swimming of the environment, of the air of the planet, where it dictates how we interact with it. This is what I keep on saying. Beauty and the color is only a skin deep. We all bleed red and we all have a red meat. So, in the space, you create the environment, not the matter. When you create the environment, then it leads to the matter you want to create. And from now on, the way the teachings are going, all of you should be able to produce anything you need, anytime you need, any color you need. Very soon, it becomes the new diamond business. The new diamond business is you can have diamonds of any color you like. Very strange colors are coming to the market because is what you suck out in the diamond structure. Now you can have a meat which is totally green. If you want to see it, I make it for you. You eat it, you taste it, it's meat. But it's absolutely green. It's very bad time. Have you ever eaten a Martian? Huh? It's a Martian meat, yeah. Have you seen? Now the possibilities of the knowledge and science has opened up totally in a different way. Because now you control the creation. You become the creator because you decide what you want as an outcome. The biggest problem in the world of science was how to open the Pandora box of creation, which is plasma. Now you decide how you want to cut the plasma, you learn how to create it. That any of you sits waiting for a Magra power, it means you're far behind. You've got to stay where you are. You haven't developed matured enough. We give you the Magra power. But those of you who have developed to go to the next step in the real world of the universal condition, which is a space technology, now you start playing with plasma. Plasma is nothing but the essence of creation. Anybody called plasma physicist, nuclear physicist, get that degree and pin it on the wall of a toilet. That's all they're worth. Because they have not understood and they bring the knowledge of creation into a mockery. So understand, very simple. The biggest problem has been to understand the condition of creation of the plasma. Now we know, now you can play the game. It's very much like a raw dough in your hand. You want a bread, you want a cake, you want a pastry, you want a noodle. It's you who decides. The only thing is, you got to remember the space technology. The spaceship technology has one little problem. And that problem is you. Because if you understood the work of the plasma, your intention and your emotion is a cutting machine. It's the dictator of the condition. Until you don't understand that, you will not understand anymore. You have to go into the standing that the emotion is your B12 in the world of the plasma. It's your sewing machine. It's you through intention, because you know, for example, how pizza tastes, you have created this condition. What would you like? What's your intention? Pizza and spaghetti together? No? You had enough. Armand says, I've eaten enough pizza and spaghetti that is enough for the rest of my life. He's been here in Italy for 2 years. So try to extend the knowledge of plasma in a plasma matter, not in a matter state of matter. You have now the strength to create and produce anything you wish. But first of all, as we teach you in the private teaching, intention. Intention is your neural system. You have the plasma of the emotion and you have the plasma of the lymph. What you release as intention is the glue, is the, what you call the instigator of the process. Cut the plasma. Now, you were looking for a plasma of just to have 1 or 2 kilowatts of resistance power, understood that, open it up into rivers of existence. And you try to see which and where you want this river to end. You can use it for fuel, you can use it for food, you can use it for medicine, you can use it for anything you imagine. And we've seen the first sign. And I see the other knowledge seekers who are coming up with more and more. Have I got a tail? Just stick it in my back. No problem. At least it's not that bad. I can tell you a story with that. No, I know ladies who put it in there and they walk. I've seen it in the restaurant. It's embarrassing, but it's okay. Understand the process of creation. Understand the process. For the first time, you're in charge. And if you're correct, you receive what you like. It's here. Armand has brought these bones. This is a bone of an animal, but if I can go inside it, you see how the intention of the animal has created nanomaterial and holes and gaps. Every hole, every gap, every structure you see in this bone, I'll go closer for you if you can see, is dictated by the emotion. If it's needed for the brain, if it's needed for the leg, if it's a lymph material, if I can show it to you. No. Marco can come in and show it to you what it is. These, can we go in? Can you zoom on? Am I closer? Just a bit. Can you focus on it? Okay. If you look inside, you see connections, bridges. Yeah? If you look, the nanomaterial has holes in it. Everything has holes. Every single hole you see in this bone, in this end, is intention of the survival by the animal's emotion. If the animal wants to stay alive, and it needs vitamin C to live in an environment without actually absorbing any vitamin C, all it does, it creates a bridge and a nanomaterial here, which gives it the immune system like vitamin C. So its intention is transferred into his bone, where his immune system for existence comes. You're no different than a bone of a cow. But now you know how to control it. You learn how to. Your body does it subconsciously, automatically, all the time. And if you look, this is another bone. These have all been brought in by Armand. It's a filter system. You see the shapes, the dents, everything is immaculately planned to satisfy the need to guarantee the survival of the animal. Now, you can replicate every single hole of this in the coming time. Because now you know what it means. Any other question? It's getting exciting. Depends how exciting.
Let me see here. There's a question, is there a video of this tube process being prepared online yet?
Pardon?
Is there a video of this tube process being prepared online yet?
Which
a bit premature. The tubing and so on that you've shown here, this tubular setup is someone's asking if there's a video of it.
You mean you've done it? We'll have a look if you've done it. What, you're energizing your sandwich? You should not let these two contact each other. Always have to be, totally separate. Would you like to go mentally demented? Connect them. You connect your physicality to your emotion. Why is it black? Why is it black? Why the material is black? What's the black? What? coil or a copper. Is a coil in there. And then inside, sure. So are you trying to kill yourself? For both of them.
Next idea, where on a coil, the gravitational goes into the magnetical goes into the gravitational.
He has plenty of time on his hands. Huh? Very nice. But when you bring this condition in, then you have a problem. It's good if you want to create a matter condition, but you run into problem if you're trying to use it for what it is working. So beautiful. Yeah, what does it taste? A hamburger or a cheeseburger? Actually, put one underneath and one on the top, connected to each other, and see what's the feeling of the cow inside. So you got to understand how you transfer energy. This is part of the health section teaching on a daily basis. You should never connect physicality, especially if you use it for health, with a GANs, especially with copper. I explained this before. When you use it, as I said, you use 6-to-1 ratio of a GANs. Now the matter state. Just before. Because what happened, the state you put in there, you continuously increase the ratio of the GANs of copper, and the ratio balances the other way. Is actually a recipe for a cancer. Do you understand? Try to understand the structure of what you do. Huh? The coil inside, which you made, is copper. You put it in the GANs condition, and one way or another, these materials are becoming GANs off. And they add, the ratio changes towards more magraph of copper, which is a muscle tissue, and then it gets heavier. That's how cancer is created. Never make things like this. And holding it is not advised either, because you transfer energy. It has applications. If you want to tell you, I can give you applications. It's like where a lot of boys nowadays carry their mobiles in their pocket. And when they sit, you see a lot of drivers, they put the mobile phone between their legs. 100%, not 99%, 100% recipe for cancer of testicle or prostate. It's like the girls who put their mobile phone in their bra, hiding it. We're seeing high rate of cancer. I explained this one in the breast, just because of the use of mobile phone. It's the same process here, but now it's targeted. Next question.
Yeah, we did have a question from Mariel regarding the coatings of the GANs on the surfaces, and whether to do several thin coatings with the GANs and like drying it between coatings and so on, or is one thin coat enough to cover the units?
Depends what you're expecting of, what you want to do. When you have a very thin coat, you touch, you move, you scratch, and one of the best ways to do coating, doesn't matter how you do it, is to take your time. Nanomaterial is like a mushroom. You have to give it time to grow, layers by layer. If you become good in plasma technology, making nanomaterials, especially like the tubes. If you want a specific nano coating here, you don't subject from outside. You create an environment inside that it gives you the nano coating you want. You never touch the outside. You allow the fields to grow, to pressurize this side to become the nanomaterial. This is the way your skin grows, inside out. So to create it, you put it from inside. You can do this with plasma technology very, very easy. You learn, if you start making these pipes, make a pipe to a narrow end, nano-coated. Inside, you don't want to nano-coated, but outside, you create a gradient of the field flow that inside stays nothing, but outside, you nano-coat the way you like, because this layer goes outside. And it's perfect nano-coat. So those of you who are on the teachings, on the private teaching, start learning how to play with plasma. Most of you I see have made the coils and you made the GaNs materials. Now start developing what you learned. What I showed you, what I explained to you about the mirror. I explained to you about how to move materials with your thoughts, bring it into operation. Now you have the tools to do it. You should be able easily to produce anything you like with what you've been taught in the past 6-8 weeks. Any other question? I see it's 10 to 5.
Almost time to wrap it up here, right?
Wrap it up. I'm back on Tuesday if there are any questions. If I'm still here, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, we have a large number of guests that are coming from all over the world to be here. Most probably teaching will be done by some of you. On Tuesday, I might be here to teach, but Wednesday, Thursday, we have people coming from literally all over the world for collaboration, Operation of Keshe Foundation. We have people, delegation of Sudan from South America. We have Italian group of the Keshe Foundation here on Friday. And Thursday, we have a bunch of other people coming in for different time before we finish on Friday lunchtime, Friday afternoon. The teaching stops on Friday lunchtime about 12 o'clock, 1 2 o'clock when we finish. We reopen the teachings on the 18th of January. But Thursday teachings will be carried on. Thursday morning workshops will go through. They'll be all over the world, but still will carry on.
Thank you, Mr. Keshe.
13th.
You haven't missed a workshop in the last 90 in a row of the Thursday
I
workshops.
missed one in 19 in a row, but God knows where we're going to be this Christmas.
Well, you broadcasted at Christmas and I think at New Year's and every other holiday of all the national religions, I think, as well.
We have no religion, we have no borders, we have no colors. We teach according to what it is. On Monday and Tuesday is one of the most important holidays in Italy. The Italians won't be here, but we'll be here to carry on because they finish on Friday. They take 2 days off. We won't see Giovanni and the others. It's St. Nicholas, isn't it? St. Nicholas. Would you like to explain what it is? Why you're disappearing for 2 days?
No, probably I'm coming. No, this is the celebration of St. Nicholas that all the people know as Santa Claus. He made the miracle of the money that falling from the sky, and for this reason is called Father Christmas. Oh, we waiting. And on Tuesday there is Immacolata. There's the celebration of the Mother of Christ. And this is all of Italy. Yeah. No, I can't.
You come, but the rest of Italy is taking holidays. So we got to know that St. Nicholas lives here. His house is in Bari. Yes. The bones are here. The Italians stole it from somebody somewhere. They went to Russia, they stole it and they brought it here. And it's actually buried in Bari, not very far from here, Samira. And you can go to the church where he is in the basement. As I said, the Russians, because they believe he was stolen from the Russians, they pray to him on one end because it's the god of the money, and the Italians on one side and the rest on the other side. It's a very nice place. Come on, pay a visit. It's a beautiful place to go. Let's see.
Mr. Kesh, can I ask one quick question at the end here, which is, can Mr. Kesh give a definition for the word plasma? Many translators are having definition wars over the conventional definition versus his definition. I was wondering if you could make a very...
Confusion is the best policy when you don't understand. But make it very clear. Plasma is the gathering, the structure of gravitational magnetic field which can hold on to their own structure across the universe. An atom has a plasma of an electron and a proton. The plasma, which has the source from inside out of an electron, can reach every corner of this universe. Does not matter the size. The same with the sun. The sun itself is like a proton compared to the rest of the universe, but every single sun is a source of field which attracts and releases, and it expands the whole of the universe.
So obviously the entire universe is filled with plasma.
The universe is made of plasma. Very difficult, but easy. It's literally a container which has no borders, no barriers. The size of it runs to the universe, and even the plasma of the universe itself in the universe has its own links. So they're all connected from little to the top.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you very much indeed. Have a nice day. I'm not teaching tomorrow, but we have some good teachers tomorrow. If Alex doesn't come, Marco teaches. Yes! I buy you a Jewish hat. You can put it there, nobody can see. His biggest problem is his mold patch.
Well, you can we can send him a Canadian boot. That works good.
Armand says we can paint it. Pardon? You're waiting for a cap. The most important, one of the most important synagogues out of Israel is in the town you live in, Trani. Yeah, in Trani is one of the most beautiful synagogues of the Jewish community of Italy. Just walk, ask anybody who's in the synagogue, says, can I have one of the cup of the soup, please, for my head? I give it to you freely. I have plans, but I don't know where I left them. So you can teach tomorrow because you learn a lot, you better enlighten. We call it the annual teaching of the, what do you call it, the chancellor, the vice chancellor of the University Especially Institute. Let him teach. He's escaped for a term. This time we got you. You got yourself into it. Thank you very much indeed.
Okay.
Throw something up by tomorrow. Maybe Armand can teach us something tomorrow. No problem. Maybe Armand will be the teacher. If he's not sleeping, he's still in Filipino time. Thank you very much. By the way, I would like to thank you, Renan, and the team, innovation team in the Philippines who looked after Armand while he was with you for a while. Thank you very much for all your work. I appreciate it.
Okay, great. Thanks, Mr. Kesh.
Thank you very much.
Okay, that wraps it up for the 90th Knowledge Seekers Workshop. This is the afternoon question and answer period for Thursday, December 3rd, 2015. And once again, thank you everybody for attending. I'll stop the live stream.